I'm going to discuss the last type of proximity sensor, that is ultrasonic sensors. Ultrasonic sensors. This is the ultrasonic transducer. It acts as transmitter as well as receiver. Transmitter as well as receiver. Let's see what's in ultrasonic transducer. Here is a resin area. This marked region is filled with the resin that will protect the moist or atmospheric factors, dust, etc. In order to protect dust, moisture, etc. like that. Here is the ceramic transducer. Ceramic transducer, which acts as transmitter as well as receive the sound signal. Being an ultrasonic transducer, it acts with the help of sound. It produces a sound and transmit it at a particular interval and wait for the echo to receive. It will wait for the echo. Here is a wire connection. Here we have an acoustic absorber. Acoustic absorber, not to increase the sensitivity while receiving the sound signal. Not to increase the sensitivity while receiving the receiving the sound signal. There we use acoustic absorber. And there is a metallic casing there. Here is the sensor housing, another plastic type material in order to cover the sensor. Okay, let's see how it works. Here we explain this sensor with the help of this diagram, in which we have A to F waveforms. A to F waveforms. Waveform A indicates an opening to the transmitter, or acts as a gate opening to the transmitter. Now, if it becomes high, the ultrasonic sensor will transmit an output signal, a sound signal. So we can see that output signal in B waveform. If A becomes A high, then in the B waveform we can see an output signal, which will the sound signal transmitted by this transducer. Here is an echo signal. After sending the sound signal, it will hit on a target and the echo will generate, and that echo is shown here. So in this waveform we mix the input and its response. Output and its response. Output signal from the transducer and the input signal to the transducer, that is the echo. So 1, 2, 3, 4 openings there. We have 4 output signals and its response 1, 2, 3. 3 echoes there. C shows it becomes low when an output signal generates and also when an echo generates. See, here we have the low signal, echo low, output low, echo low, gate. D waveform, in order to differentiate the transducer as output transducer or as input transducer. Alright, say there is a time limit there. For T1 times, it acts as a transmitter, and for T2 time, it acts as a receiver. So while T1 time period it sends the output signal, and while T2 period it waits for the echo signal. So it acts as an receiver. So we have T1, T2, T1, T2, etc. As an interval there. And E waveform shows it becomes high when an output generates, and it becomes low when for the next output signal. Sorry, it becomes high when an echo receives. It becomes high when an echo receives, and it will go to low for the next output signal, and again it becomes high for the next echo, and it will go for low. And finally, the E waveform indicates the presence of an object by making it high. It becomes high when E waveform becomes high with the T2 time period, in T2 time period, and it calculates only when T2 time period. If you receive an echo, it only calculates as an echo. If the object is at a distant place, or at in a distance not closer than the sensor, then the echo will receive only after a few seconds. So it will not be considered. Only when the object is close to the object, that echo will be considered as the object presence. Okay, so in an ultrasonic sensor we transmit a sound signal, then if the object is closer to the sensor we get an echo, and that echo will receive, and we can detect the presence of an object. So thank you.